Hey y'all, what is good? I just left the gym, so I am sweaty, but I wanted to speak on this because it was on my mental. We live in a culture and a time when people are very self-centered, very self-focused, and what that does is that it causes people to only focus on what they have going on. And it's not to say people are bad people, because everybody has stuff going on, everybody has stuff to take care of, but that leads to a mentality of what can I get from others versus how can I show up for others, how can I be of service, how can I add value to the situations and places that I'm in. So I've been thinking about this because it's really easy to get caught up in your life. Because I get it. It's like you got bills to pay, you got relationships, you got kids, you got school, you got work, you got to go to the gym, you got to make sure you're being healthy, you got to make sure you got a whole lot of stuff going on. So it's really easy to just kind of like put other people to the side. But in order to create a society and a community where there is more service, there is more giving, gratitude, kindness for each other, patience, compassion, grace, it's going to take a select number of people to kind of get out of their own heads, get out of themselves, and decide, what can I do for somebody else today? And then do that over and over and over again. So the way that I like to approach situations, relationships, jobs that I'm in, environments that I'm in, I'm not perfect at this. It's something that I'm aiming for. Is I like to be in the mind frame of how can I add value. I like to make sure that every place that I touch and enter that I'm in consistently, like, a long-term place, like I'm making that place better. I am helping somebody become a better version of themselves. I am making the workplace more enjoyable, more optimistic. I'm bringing an attitude where I'm caring about other people. I'm asking how they are. I'm fostering basically an environment that people want to be around me. People enjoy being there. I'm being of service, right? I don't just show up and be like, well, what can this job do for me? These people aren't going to do it for me, so why would I do it for them? I need you to stop saying that. Well, they wouldn't do it for me, so I'm not going to do it for them. That's exactly the mentality that keeps people stuck, because what you give is what you're given. And so if you're never if you're never looking to give to other people, how do you expect to receive? Let me know. That doesn't make any sense. So go into it like, okay, how can I bring something to this environment, whether it's a positive attitude, whether it's you bring muffins for the office, whether it's you write a kind note to a coworker, whether it's you just show up and don't gossip, or you just show up and you shut down any negative behaviors or interactions that are happening. Like, that's you adding value. That's you bringing something positive to the environment. And once you do that, you kind of become a leader, because other people are seeing like, dang, like, Morgan came and she brought coffee for everybody today, so maybe next week I'll do something. Or you don't know what kind of chain reaction that can have. Oh, maybe I'll pay for the person's food behind me today. Like, you don't know how your positive actions are going to influence somebody else to go do the same thing, versus if you just show up like, what can I get out of this today? What can I gain from this? That's not inspiring yourself or anybody to do anything for anybody else. And then that causes everybody to just stay in their own little bubble and just stay in their own world and focus on themselves, which is selfish. And we live in community, and I think one of the big things that's happening in our society is that people are spending so much time alone, so much time worried about their own ordeals, which, like I said, it makes sense. It doesn't make you a bad person. But it creates an environment where people are afraid to show up and do stuff for other people. Like, I think about this. Like, I feel like back in the olden days, when somebody new moved into like your community or something, I mean, maybe it's just in certain areas, but you would like go greet them. You would like, I baked you a pie, I made you cookies, like, welcome to the apartment, welcome to the neighborhood. Like, people don't do that anymore. Everybody minds their business. Everybody's afraid to just, talk to somebody else. That's ugly. That's ugly. People are afraid of rejection. Like, I don't know, like my generation and myself, it's like, well, I don't want to do that because what if they think that I'm weird, or what if they think that I'm like fill in the blank. But it's also like, who the fuck cares? Like, if you being nice makes somebody else uncomfortable, like, that's weird. You being nice isn't weird. Them being uncomfortable about you being nice is a little bit, you know what I mean? So look at it that way. But this is just on my mind for some reason a lot. Like, look to give, look to serve, look to be of value instead of always looking for what you can take. That's kind of the message that I want to share. Do something nice for somebody today. Write somebody a nice text. Venmo them $5 for coffee. Open the door for somebody. Say thank you. Let somebody in traffic. Don't get upset if somebody makes you angry. Just like take a chill pill. And walk into places like, how can I serve? What can I do for them? How can I be of value? And I promise your life will change. People will look at you differently. They will see you differently. And it also just feels good to know that you make people's lives better just by showing up. Like, that is a huge confidence booster, self-esteem booster, just in general. Like, it makes you feel like a better person because you're providing versus taking. And it says a lot about your character. So just to reframe, wanted to share. Hope y'all have a great day, and I will see you next time.